How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to go over some of the top cryptos to buy for the next month, for the next 6 months, a year, for the foreseeable future, right? Getting ready for the next Bitcoin bull run, the next crypto bull run. What should we be looking at? I want to talk about that, talk about the cryptos that I am buying or looking at buying for the next bull run. Of course, do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy these. I don't know your situation. I don't know your risk tolerance. I can't give you legal advice or investing advice. So do your own research. If you don't mind, hit subscribe underneath the video. Turn on that bell notification so you can see future videos just like this one. We are getting to a crazy time where you want to be able to get this kind of information as quickly as possible because things are changing very quickly. So you don't want to get this 4 hours after a video is published because you could miss out on something. There's also a link down there to Margex in case you want to trade on leverage and you want to try to day trade or swing trade. There are links to that underneath the video. There's no KYC there, and you can use a bunch of different margins. So you can use like USDC or USDT or Bitcoin or Ethereum to trade other assets. Like you could trade XRP with Bitcoin as collateral, that kind of thing. So it's pretty interesting. You can check out that link underneath the video. I've been doing some trading myself there, and the last 4 trades I've been in the profit every single time. So let's take a look at the market. The market has been going up a lot recently. I'm not sure exactly when you're looking at this or when I'm posting it, but Bitcoin has been doing extremely well. Over the last 7 days, it's up 2%. That's fine and whatever. But over the last 30 days, we did make a big move up. And if we look even a little bit, maybe longer than that, we were sitting around $25,000, $26,000 recently. People were wondering if we're going to fall back down to the low 20s, and then we moved up to 30, then 32, then 34, then 35, 36. Now we're sitting at 35. A lot of altcoins are starting to move too. I mean, the whole market is moving up faster than Bitcoin at the time of this recording. We're starting to see alts move. And it's that time of the month, the beginning of the month, where I want to go through some of the top cryptocurrencies to buy moving forward. And these are a lot of the ones that I'm looking at. It's not going to be an all-inclusive list. Right? If I don't include your cryptocurrency in here, don't be mad. It might just be because I think these are a better opportunity, or maybe I don't know enough about your crypto yet, or maybe there's some other reason. Maybe I just don't like it. So tell me your favorite cryptos in the comment section below. But I think obviously you got to start with Bitcoin. Obviously, too, I could go into the fact that you don't want to go all in at one point. If you've been sitting out this entire bear market, or in case you're new to the market, I think it's smart to dollar cost average over time, keep some cash on the sidelines. But Bitcoin, I think you have to have some allocation to Bitcoin for the most part in cryptocurrency. I am heavy into Bitcoin. This is the majority of my portfolio right now. I'm looking at adding these other alts or adding more of them. But Bitcoin, I think, should weigh down the portfolio. It's got such a good risk-reward profile. I'll try not to spend too long on Bitcoin, but it's the most widely used. It's the most widely adopted. It is, I think, the most decentralized. It's going to be probably the largest market cap for a long time in crypto. We do have the potential of a spot Bitcoin ETF as well here soon, which could send up the price dramatically. We also have the next Bitcoin halving. So those are probably the 2 biggest events that are probably coming, or definitely coming, in the next 6 months, that will send up the price. A lot of other things play into this as well. I did a video recently talking about like 15 different things that could send crypto up dramatically, parabolically. I'll put that on the end screen. If you haven't seen that already, watch it. But those are the 2 big events that are going to cause probably the whole market to move up. Now, keep in mind, there's also stuff on the macro side, like the Fed cutting rates, or just all countries injecting more liquidity into the system, which honestly plays as big a role, I think, now as the Bitcoin halving, probably more. If there's a lot of money flowing into the economy, there's going to be a lot of money flowing into crypto in my mind. So that is a third thing that I probably should put on the list. But Bitcoin should be weighing down your portfolio. Another crypto that I am looking at adding more of, and I already have, this is my second largest crypto position right now, is Ethereum. Ethereum has been doing pretty well. Versus Bitcoin, it's been falling down for months and months and months, but we're at kind of a key area of support on the Bitcoin versus Ethereum chart, or the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. We're at a key level. I don't have that pulled up right here, but Ethereum is the number one layer one out there. So Bitcoin store of value. You can send it across the world in a couple seconds. It's like digital gold. Ethereum is like the internet. You can run applications on top of it. It's decentralized. It offers more flexibility if you're trying to do things on the blockchain. And since their merge over a year ago, a year and 2 or 3 months ago, they have become deflationary, which was something that we did not have during the last bull run. So it was actually becoming more and more prevalent. More and more people could get their hands on Ethereum because it was inflationary at that time. Now there's going to be less Ethereum on exchanges. There's going to be a decreasing supply. There's going to be more people using it, and people are going to want to buy it. So I think Ethereum is going to do really well the next bull run as well. Now, whether it outpaces Bitcoin is up to your own opinion. I think it probably will do better than Bitcoin to the peak of the next market. Now, it also carries more risk. That's something to be considered. And there are other cryptocurrencies that are coming up trying to take market share from it. Now, Polygon is a layer 2 and kind of a layer 1 as well. It's like Ethereum, but it moves faster. It's cheaper to transact. I've used Polygon before. It's really nice. You use Matic tokens. So most of these you can buy on the major exchanges, at least the ones that we're talking about here at the beginning. Matic is a pretty large market cap, $6.2 billion or $6.62 billion. So it is right about in the top 10. I mean, we're talking about 13th largest overall. Compared to Ethereum, though, it is significantly smaller, almost 40x smaller. So the market cap is 2.5% of Ethereum, but it is much quicker. It's cheaper, that kind of thing. So I think if we start to see a lot of money flowing into the system, people will be looking for something that's more scalable than Ethereum, especially if we start getting games. And Polygon also is being used by a lot of the big brands like DraftKings, Adobe, National Football League, Starbucks, Adidas, and Prada. We're talking about Disney, Meta, Stripe. All these companies are using Polygon. So I think that will be a big narrative moving forward as well. Now from there, Phantom. I've talked about a lot of these on the channel. There are a couple that I bought recently that I have not talked about much on the channel. But Phantom's another one. Phantom is a layer 1 as well. It's quick. It's efficient. It's cheap. I'll be honest though, I've never actually used Phantom on chain. At least I don't think so. Maybe I did once. But I like buying cryptos that I've used before. Phantom I haven't, but I do have a little bit of this from the last bull run. I added some on the way down and towards the bottom. Phantom's interesting though. My main thought process behind it before was that we had kind of an uncertainty in the market. We didn't know what cryptos were going to be around through the bear market because a lot of them were blowing up. And Phantom was cash flow positive. They had a big developer come back to Phantom as well. That's like an all-star, big cult following behind this developer too. They had a large treasury. They had a great ecosystem. Now recently I haven't heard too much about it. To be honest, it's been pretty quiet. Recently they confirmed a hack. And then before that we had to wait. We had like 3 months of nothing. And then there was one piece of news, and then you go 6 months further back, and this is just something I don't love to see. I like to see cryptos that are consistently making headlines or building in the background, getting attention, have a cult following, and I'm not sure Phantom has that kind of cult following. So I have some of it now. I'm looking at whether I want to add more, but I just see other cryptos I think maybe have a little bit better upside. This is a smaller crypto, significantly smaller than Matic, though. It's about 1/10 the size. Now, one that I want to add for a while is Salana. It's one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. I think it's number 6 right now or something like that, 6 or 7. It's around a $16-17 billion market cap. It's been on a crazy run. Over the last 7 days, it's up 15%. Over the last month, it's up 70%. A lot of people thought Salana was dead. It wasn't. It moved up almost 5x from the bottom. Now, I don't love to buy altcoins when they're breaking out versus Bitcoin and the rest of the market isn't doing quite as well because typically they cool off, right? And that's what we've seen just over the last couple of days. We've seen Solana cool off from about $45 down to $40. Now, I might have to wait longer. I'm willing to wait to see a good buying in price for Solana. I want to see some FUD. I want to see people scared of, some kind of large selling pressure, or the blockchain goes down again for a little bit. I'd rather wait till there's some kind of bearish narrative on Solana to buy. Now, if I never get my hands on Solana, that'd be disappointing if we never get that good buying in point. But you can't catch every crypto before they pump, because if you do, then you're not putting enough in them, right? So I'm not trying to come out here and buy everything that's up 400% in the last year, or 500%. I'm not trying to buy everything that's up 70% in the last month. But there are some that I am willing to do that on. If they're still a smaller market cap and I think they have a ton of potential, then I might be willing to do that, which Solana I think has a lot of potential, but it's already one of the largest cryptos out there. Now, speaking of a crypto that I have bought, even though it pumped up recently, CIFY fund. This is a smaller crypto. This is the smallest one on this list. It's $63 million market cap right now. Fully diluted, $120 million. Now, this crypto has gone crazy over the last 7 days, up nearly 60%, last month up 87%. But since the peak, it is down a lot. It was around $16. Now it's $1.20. So to get up to the previous all-time high, we're talking about 13, 14, 15x. I think you can do that. If you don't know what CIFY fund is, I talked about it in a video recently, but it is a launch pad for gaming cryptos. I think gaming cryptos are a huge narrative moving forward, but I don't want to pick one specific game and pick their token to buy, because if they don't get mass adoption, they'll probably dump. The token price will dump. Also, this just kind of spreads out the wealth, or spreads out the risk. So if they just have a couple cryptos that do well, then they'll get more attention. More people want to buy this token, so that way they can get in on the launches. So recently I did buy a pretty decent sized position in this. Now, is it how big I want the position to be long term? No, I'd want to add more to it. I'd actually like to maybe 3 to 5x the position size from where it is now. But I'm going to dollar cost average over time into it. And I realized that means I could lose out, because I could buy, maybe in a week it's at $1.50 and I have to buy $1.50. But I am willing to kind of spread out my buys a bit as well, just to lower the risk, and just to continuously get that in my head that I should be dollar cost averaging, not just lump sum investing, because that's a good way to go crazy. Because if CIFY were to fall to 50 cents and I put in all the cash I want to put into CIFY, that could be a problem. A lot of people run into that. A lot of newer investors do that kind of thing. And then it's really hard to stomach downturns. I had someone asking me the other day, what was happening with Bitcoin when it moved down like 1% or 2%, something like that. It's totally normal to see 2%, 5%, 10% moves in the crypto world. So that's why it's good to have a little bit of cash on the sidelines in case you do actually want to buy some more. Let me know your thoughts on this list though. It's not an all-inclusive list. I realized that I left out some cryptos that have really good communities that have a growing use case. Cryptos like XRP. Now keep in mind, XRP is a large market cap, but it is one that is really interesting because they are gaining a lot of adoption. They are working with governments, they're working with banks. They're at a $38 billion market cap though, so you have to consider that. Now, if they deliver on everything that they're trying to deliver on, they could explode from here. But for me, it doesn't quite fit my risk profile at this time. At least it's not something that I am buying at this point. That might change in the very near future. Who knows? Let me know your thoughts though on this list underneath the video. Let me know what I'm leaving out. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep in mind, I am diversified outside of this as well. I do have stocks, cash, and real estate. So keep that in mind. But thank you so much for watching. Check out the links underneath the video to BITGET and to Margex in case you want to trade. And if you want to know what I'm buying or selling or trading, you can check out the link down below to the Patreon. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.